My wife disappeared on a girls' trip, got impregnated by another man, and thought she could come back to me, but I served her the closure she deserved. First time posting like this, so I don't know if this is where you share this kind of stuff. But honestly, I got no one else who's going to believe how weird this got. Buckle up, I guess. I'm not looking for advice. I just want to get this crap out of my head. Maybe laugh at how nuts life gets sometimes. Call me Jasper32M. Wife is Cynthia31F. So anyway, I'm not saying things were perfect, but we always muddled through even when she'd get all moody about me leaving my socks everywhere or whatever. Nothing wild, just standard married life. Except this last year, Cynthia got a lot more into her self-care stuff, made a big thing about needing time away. I didn't fight her on it, mostly because she said her and Diana, her best friend, since, like middle school, were planning a little trip with a couple other girls for a mental reset. Sounded fine to me. Honestly, I was looking forward to having the TV to myself for once. Now, the weird part started before she even left. I just chalked it up to pre-trip nerves, but she was packing like she was never coming back, stuffing her biggest suitcase with way more than I've ever seen her take for 4 days. I asked if she needed help, and she just snapped at me about not knowing how women travel. Whatever, I let it go. Her phone started getting weird too. Like, I'm not one of those guys who snooze, but she started taking her phone into the bathroom even for showers and kept flipping it over whenever I walked by. I joked about her texting Diana, and she got all cold. I kind of brushed it off because who the hell wants to be that paranoid husband, right? I mean, she's never given me a real reason, so trip day comes. She's up at 6, which is already weird. Running around like she's late for a flight, except they were supposed to drive to this rented cabin up near the lake. Diana shows up in an Uber, honks twice, and Cynthia's out the door before I can even say bye. She's got her headphones in, doesn't even look back. I remember thinking that was kind of harsh, but whatever may be, she's stressed. The first night, she sends me a photo of a fire pit, some marshmallows, a bunch of feet in fuzzy socks. It looks legit. Second day, nothing. Like, not even a good morning. I check Diana's Insta. Ski's got a pic up from her kitchen. I think maybe it's an old pic, but it's weird. I text Cynthia, "Hey, everyone okay?" She hits me back with just, "Busy, all good," which is so unlike her. Usually, she likes to rub it in if she's having fun and I'm home eating leftover pasta. By the third day, I'm getting antsy. Her mom, Marilyn, texts me if I've heard from Cynthia. Says she tried to call and got voicemail. I say, "Yeah, I guess." She's busy. Marilyn gets weirdly defensive, like, "She's fine. Stop worrying." I'm not even pushing, so now I'm actually getting annoyed. I text Diana response. So I start doom scrolling, looking for any sign of where they actually are. Nothing, no posts, no tags, nothing from anyone else who's supposed to be on this trip. It's like they all fell off the map. I call Cynthia straight to voicemail. I call Diana, it rings out. I'm not going to lie, by that night I'm sitting in our kitchen watching her dog, not mine, hers, wondering if I should call someone or if I'm just being dramatic. Then finally, on the fourth night, she comes back. No heads up, just the sound of her keys at the door. I go out there, and she's standing in the hallway, looking like she slept in her clothes. She's got her suitcase, but it's just dumped by the door. And she's got this look that's not quite guilt, not quite anything I've seen on her face before. I ask if she's okay. She just shrugs, says something about being tired and needing a shower. Now, I'm not an idiot. I ask how the trip was, and she says, fine, but she can't even make eye contact. I ask about Diana, and she says Diana left early. Her mom picked her up. I'm like, since when? She just shrugs again. I say, did you even go with Diana? She gets all defensive, says, why are you grilling me? Nothing happened. "Can I please just take a shower?" I say, "Sure," but I watch her walk down the hall, and I swear she's limping a bit. I don't say anything. She spends an hour in the bathroom. I text Diana again, nothing. I call Marilyn. She says, "Cynthia texted her. She's fine. Just tired, maybe." I should give her space. I say she's acting weird. Marilyn says, "Maybe you're being paranoid. Just let her be." The next morning, Cynthia won't get out of bed, says she's got a migraine. I bring her some water, and she just mutters, "Thanks," and rolls over. I go through her bag while she's in the bathroom. Yeah, I know how that looks, but at this point, I'm just done playing nice. There's nothing in there. No receipts, no souvenirs, just a bunch of clothes and a half-eaten bag of chips. Her phone's still glued to her hand, so I just keep pushing, not letting it go. I ask straight up if she was even with Diana, and she finally snaps, says I'm being controlling, says she needs space. I say, "You've had plenty of space. What's actually going on?" She yells at me to get out of the room, so I do. That night, Diana finally calls me back. But instead of explaining anything, she just says she doesn't want to get involved and hangs up. I call her back, no answer. I call Marilyn. She says she doesn't want to be in the middle, so I corner Cynthia in the kitchen. I'm not proud of it, but I'm pissed. I tell her I know she's lying, and she just loses it. She throws her mug at the sink, it shatters. She shoves past me, slams the bedroom door. I follow her, because seriously, what the hell? She throws open the closet, starts pulling out a bag. Says she's leaving if I'm going to act like this. I tell her, "Good. Then go. But tell me where the hell you were." She looks at me, and her face just drops. She says she's pregnant. Just like that. I just stand there, trying to work out if she's even serious. She says it's not mine. She says it was a mistake. She was lonely. She didn't mean for it to happen. She thought I didn't care anymore. I don't even know what to say. I just stand there. And she starts crying, like ugly crying. The kind that doesn't make you feel sorry for them, just makes you want to get out of there. I tell her to get out. She tries to grab her bag. I yank it away, tell her she's not taking anything until she tells me the truth. She tries to push past me. I block her. She slaps me hard. I shove her back, not proud, but I was done being the soft guy in this marriage. She runs out, grabs her jacket, slams the door behind her. I text Marilyn, tell her Cynthia's coming, that she needs to figure her crap out. Marilyn just sends back, "Okay." I don't hear anything from Cynthia that night. I lock the door, put her suitcase out on the porch. I crash on the couch with the dog. So yeah, that's where I'm at. My wife lied about her trip, came back pregnant by some random, and thought she could just spit out an apology and maybe I'd be cool about it. Nah, if you're still reading, next part gets a lot messier. I'm not the dude who just takes this kind of thing lying down. I got plans. She's not getting away with any of this. Not a chance. Update 1. So, yeah, it's Jasper again. If you caught my first post, my wife Cynthia vanished for that girls' trip, came home with a whole new set of problems, and dropped the whole "I'm pregnant but it's not yours" bomb like it was just a normal Tuesday. I thought I'd seen the worst of it. But apparently the universe decided I needed to find a whole new level of what the actual hell. I'm not letting this slide, not even for a second. I figured she'd stay at her mom's after that blow-up, but nope. Next morning, I hear keys in the lock, and she's back like nothing happened. Not even a text heads up. Nothing. The audacity is unreal. She just walks in, doesn't even look at me, grabs her laptop, and starts checking her emails on the couch like she just came back from a walk, not a week of lying and cheating. Not even a sorry, not a let's talk. Just acting like I'm the one who should be apologizing for making a scene. I walk in and ask what she's doing, and she barely glances at me. Says she's just grabbing some stuff. Says she'll be out of my hair soon. I tell her she's not taking anything else until we have a real conversation. She just sighs, says I'm being impossible, and starts packing anyway. I grab my phone and start videoing because I'm not getting accused of anything here. She gets pissed. Says I'm harassing her. I say I'm protecting myself. She slams the bedroom door. I just let her stew. Now here's where it started to get spicy. Cynthia's mom, Marilyn, calls me. She's mad, says I need to stop harassing her daughter and let her get the rest of her things in peace. I tell her straight up, your daughter lied to everyone, came back pregnant by someone else, and now wants to act like I'm the bad guy. Marilyn tries to guilt-trip me with the whole marriage is about forgiveness thing. I lay it out, she lied, cheated, and tried to pin the blame on me being distant. I'm not covering for any of this. I say, if Cynthia wants to keep pushing, I'll let everyone know exactly what went down. Marilyn hangs up, so I start locking things down literally. I go to the hardware store, get new locks for the front and back doors, change the codes on the garage, and send Cynthia a text with a photo of her suitcase on the porch. I tell her she can come grab her stuff, but she's not setting foot inside this house again. I'm not playing the nice guy. She tries to call the don't pick up. She texts, says she'd call the cops if I steal her things. I say, they're on the porch. Come and get them. Then, as if on cue, here comes the friend drama. Diana, her best friend from the trip, finally texts me back, says she doesn't want to get involved, but then sends this whole paragraph about how Cynthia is going through a lot and I should be more supportive. I almost throw my phone. I text back, you weren't even on the trip, so what's your angle? She leaves me on read classic. Now Cynthia starts working the group chats. I see messages popping up in the couple's thread on Messenger stuff. Like sometimes people make mistakes and we should support each other. Subtle, but I know what she's doing. I get ahead of it. I send a message to my parents, her parents, the main friend group short, not dramatic. Just the truth. Cynthia lied about the trip, came back pregnant, tried to blame it on me being distant, and I'm not covering for her. If you want to talk, talk to me direct. If you want to pick sides, pick now. And you know what? People started picking. Some friends text me privately, say they're shocked. A couple even say they kind of saw it coming, which, thanks for nothing, guys. My mom, Janice, blows up my phone. Says she's proud of me for not letting myself get walked on my dad. Gary is livid. He's always hated drama, but he actually calls Marilyn and tells her to keep Cynthia away from our family. I don't hear what gets said, but Marilyn texts me later, says, I'm escalating things. I tell her your daughter did that already. So now Cynthia has locked out her stuffs on the porch, and I've got the group chat receipts. I go to the bank, pull my half out of the joint account, freeze the cards, totally legal. I checked and changed all the passwords on anything we shared. Not out of spite, just protecting myself. She tries to call again. I sent her straight to voicemail. She's not done, though next day she shows up at my door with Fi-Door. With Marilyn literally just walks up, starts banging on the door. I open it, a crack. Marilyn starts in about how this isn't the way adults handle things. I say I tried the adult way. Cynthia trashed that option. Cynthia tries to push past me. I block her with my arm. She tries to shove me. I hold my ground. She starts yelling, says, I'm ruining her life. Marilyn's yelling. I'm yelling. Neighbors are looking. I don't even care. Cynthia tries to slap me. I catch her hand, tell her to leave. She storms off. Marilyn follows both of them, yelling after that. I text the main group chat again. Just a heads up, if anyone gives her a key or lets her in, I'm changing all the locks again. And you're not welcome here. Some people get pissy, but most just go radio silent. I know some of them are just waiting to see who comes out on top. Whatever, then Cynthia tries another angle. She messages my cousin Grant, who's always been a bit of a soft touch, asks if she can crash at his place for a bit. He calls me, says he's sorry for asking, but wants to know what's actually going on. I tell him the whole story, and he says, Nope, she's not staying there. Cynthia loses it, sends me a wall of texts about how I'm turning everyone against her, how she has nowhere to go. I tell her you've made your bed now. I know people are going to say I'm being harsh, but I'm not letting her play the victim. Here she treated me like I was disposable, lied to my face, tried to make me out to be the villain. I'm not rolling over for that. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not trashing her stuff, but I'm making damn sure she feels it. She wants to play games. So do I, funny? Part Diana finally breaks and calls me, says, Cynthia's been blowing up her phone, wanting to crash at her place. Diana says she's not down for that drama, says she's got her own underscore to handle. I tell her, yeah, welcome to the club. We both kind of laugh, but not really. I can tell she's stressed. She asks if I think Cynthia is okay, and I say I honestly don't care right now. That night, I get a text from Cynthia. She says she's sorry, she just needed to feel loved, that she never meant for it to go this far. I don't even respond. I block her number. I'm not interested in whatever emotional bomb she's trying to drop now. Last thing that night, my dad calls me, says he's proud. I'm not letting myself get walked on, says if Cynthia or Marilyn show up again, he'll come over. My mom texts, says she'll help me clean out the house if I want. I just sit on the couch eating cold pizza, watching the dog snore. So yeah, that's where it stands. Cynthia's out for Milik. Knows friends. No money's locked down, and not budging. I'm not budging. I'm not letting her rewrite the story or guilt me into anything next step. I'm making sure she can't come back from this. I'm not letting her get away with it. I'm not the nice guy anymore if you think this was wild. Just wait, it's going to get way, way worse. Update to all right, so it's Jasper again. If you made it this far, hey, thanks for riding along on this whole train wreck. Honestly, every time I think it's peaked, Cynthia finds a new way to go extra. It's like she can't help herself. I was already pissed, but this week, I went full scorched earth, and I'm not even sorry. So after that last mess with her and Marilyn yelling on my porch, Cynthia does what she always does, tries to make it look like I'm the psycho. She starts texting people in our friend group, asking if they'll let her stay, just until things cool down. I find out because my cousin Grant sends me a screenshot and asks if I need him to block her. I tell him he can do whatever, but she's not setting foot in his place. I know Grant, he hates drama, so that is that. But then Diana gets involved again. She texts me, asks if I can stop ruining Cynthia's life, and maybe just let her have a few days to figure stuff out. Ask her, you mean like how she gave me 0 days to figure out why she disappeared and then nuked our marriage? Diana just says she's tired. She's got her own crap going on, and she only offered Cynthia the couch for one night, not a full crash pad. She sounds annoyed, like Cynthia's drama is contagious. Can't blame her. So now Cynthia's bouncing between Diana's and Marilyn's, dragging her suitcase and complaining to anyone who will listen about how I turned into a monster. My phone's still blowing up. Blocked her, but now she's using random numbers and even tried to DM me on Discord. I ignore it all. My mom Janice calls, says she's heard from Marilyn, who's sobbing about how I'm destroying Cynthia's future and how this isn't what a family does. I tell my mom I'm not backing down, and she'll just sigh and says she's on my side, but not to let it eat me up. She offers to come over and help clean out Cynthia's stuff. I tell her I'll let her know. So here's where I start to really push back. I realize I still have Cynthia on some shared accounts, stuff like the streaming services, some of the bills, random little things that make day-to-day life easier. I go in and start switching the passwords, removing her access one by one. Not petty stuff, just making sure she can't keep using my money or my name for anything. She texts me from another number, says I'm being cruel. I tell her this is just the beginning. I know she's low on cash, because she's been locked out of the joint account, and she's been blowing through what little she has left on random Ubers and takeout. She tries to guilt-trip me into unfreezing the cards. I tell her not a chance. If she wants to eat, she can ask her new baby daddy for help. She doesn't reply after that. The next surprise is Marilyn showing up at my place again, this time with Cynthia in tow. She's got this whole speech about how everyone deserves a second chance and think about the baby. I tell her I did, and that's why Cynthia is not coming back. Cynthia starts crying, says she has nowhere to go. I'm ruining her life. I tell her you've ruined your own life. She tries to push past me. Marilyn tries to get in the middle, but I just stand my ground. Cynthia gets frustrated and tries to slap me again. I step back and she ends up stumbling. Marilyn yells at me. I'll tell her to take her daughter and leave. She grabs Cynthia's arm, drags her back to the car, slams the door, and peels out. So now I'm thinking about the next move. I know Cynthia has been telling people she's going to fight for what's hers, so I start looking up what I need to do legally. I call up a local attorney just to check where I stand. I'm not made of money, but I'm not letting her bleed me dry either. The guy tells me as long as I keep everything above board, there's not much she can do. If she's the one who left and she's the one who cheated, I get paperwork started for a separation. Nothing fancy, just making it official. I let my parents know. They're relieved, say they'll help however they can. Next up, I text Diana and let her know I'm picking up the rest of Cynthia's stuff from her place. Diana is clearly over it, says fine, but make it quick. She doesn't want to be in the middle, but I can tell she's relieved it's moving forward. When I get there, Cynthia's not around, so I just grab the boxes, thank Diana, and leave. She doesn't say much, just shrugs and goes back inside. I guess even best friends have a breaking point. Later that day, Cynthia starts spamming my phone again. She's threatening to go after everything if I don't give her what she wants. I tell her I'm not scared and she can try whatever she likes. She says I'll regret treating her this way. I say you should have thought of that before you disappeared for a week and came home pregnant by someone else. She blocks me, then unblocks me, then blocks me again. It's just noise at this point. So now I get a call from Marilyn, who says their family is going to take legal action if I don't make things right. I just laugh and hang up. My dad calls after. Says he got a weird voicemail from Marilyn asking him to talk some sense into me. He says he deleted it. I tell him thanks, I'm not done. Though I start going through every shared thing we ever had, utilities, anything with both our names, even the pet insurance for her dog. I call up, have her name removed, make sure she's not getting any benefit from me. It takes a couple days, but it's worth it. She texts me again, says, I'm ruining everything. I just don't reply. The group chat drama hits another level now. People are starting to take sides, and you can see who actually gives a crap and who's just there for the gossip. I get a message from Janice, my mom, who says she's proud of me for standing my ground, and if I need help moving stuff or dealing with paperwork, she's there. I text her back, thanks, then put my phone on silent. I need a break. Cynthia tries one more instant. She shows up at my work, which is honestly wild because she's never done that, and starts yelling at me in the parking lot, says I'm destroying her life. Everyone hates her, and she's going to make sure I pay. I tell her she already lost and she needs to move on. She tries to slap me again. I dodge. She hits my arm. I just walk away. A couple coworkers see, but I don't care. She can embarrass herself all she wants. So now I'm just waiting for the legal stuff to play out. I'm not letting up. She's out of the house, out of my life, and everyone knows truth. My parents are backing me up. My friends know what's up, and Cynthia is finally realizing she can't guilt trip or manipulate her way back in next step, making sure she gets nothing she doesn't deserve. I'm not going to let her rewrite the story or get any easy outs. She wanted drama, she got it, and I'm still not done. If you thought the first two parts were wild, just wait for what comes next. This isn't over, not even close. Final update. So it's Jasper back with what should honestly be the final chapter, unless the universe throws another curveball. But I think at this point, the circus has left town, not like I'm expecting a Hollywood ending or whatever people wanted. Closure. Cynthia said she wanted closure. Well, I gave her something she's not going to forget. buckle up. So after the last round with Cynthia showing up at my work, which was actually embarrassing for both of us, and honestly, I was just glad security didn't get called, things went a little quiet for a couple days. I tried to just do regular stuff. Grocery run, dog walks, literally spent an hour scrubbing the stove because I needed to feel like some part of my life was normal again. But you know how when things get real silent, it's not over. It's just someone plotting. Yeah, I knew she wouldn't just slink away. Sure enough, one night, I get this group text from her like some awkward intervention. Attempt her Marilyn and a couple mutuals from way back, all in the same chat, acting like we're going to have a civil conversation. She says she needs to see me in person with everyone there just for closure. I tell her I'm not interested, but she keeps pushing. Sees I owe her this, that I'm making her out to be a villain. That, I'm ruining her entire life over one mistake. I say, fine, one sit-down public place. Both our parents and the rest can come if they want. If she wants closure, she's getting the real thing. So we set it up, little cafe near the center of town. Not fancy, just somewhere nobody could make a scene. I show up early just to make sure she can't spin anything, and I'm not walking into a trap. Marilyn's there with Cynthia, both with the look like they haven't slept in a week, and my parents roll in a couple minutes later. Even Grant shows up, mostly to keep the peace. I think Diana texts she's not coming, which honestly, fair. Cynthia jumps right in, says she just wants to clear the air, that she's sorry for lying, that she was lonely and stressed, and felt like I didn't care about her anymore. Marilyn starts up about how marriage is about forgiveness, and it's not right to just throw people away. My dad, Gary, just shakes his head. My mom, Janice, looks like she wants to get up and leave, so I don't let them talk circles. I just lay out the timeline, bland and plain. I say you left for a trip, lied about who you were with, came home pregnant, and tried to blame me for being distant. I say you didn't just cheat, you lied to everybody, and you tried to burn my reputation so you could play the victim. I bring out the receipts, texts, bank statements, nothing crazy, just showing charges on days she claimed to be off the grid, even the group chat screenshots where she was spinning stories. I just put it all out there calmly. No yelling, no drama. Marilyn tries to defend her, says everyone makes mistakes. But I ask, how many times do you have to cover for her before you realize this isn't just one bad night? Grant tries to change the subject, says maybe we should just let things go. But I say, no, this is the last time. Cynthia tries to say I'm being cruel, that she's already lost everything. I tell her you lost it the second you decided I was disposable. Janice backs me up, says Cynthia needs to stop acting like she's the only one who's hurting. Then Cynthia tries to play the baby card again, says I should think about the future. I say, I am, and that's why you're not part of mine anymore. Marilyn starts to cry, which is awkward, and Cynthia just sits there like she's waiting for someone to come save her. Nobody does so. I hand her the last stack of papers, everything she needs to finish the split, not a penny more than what's required by law. Not a single extra thing. I tell her I'm done. I'm not her safety net, and she needs to figure out her own mess. She tries to grab my arm on the way out. I pull back. She slaps my shoulder and storms off. Marilyn chases after her, slams the door on her. Way out of the cafe, after my parents and I just sit there for a second, not really saying anything, just tired. Janice finally says, well, at least it's over. Gary offers to help me box up the rest of Cynthia's stuff from the garage. So we do that the next day, toss it all in Marilyn's car, and that's the last I saw of either of them. The aftermath: Cynthia's out money, split friends, know the score, and even the people who tried to stay neutral have mostly gone quiet. I hear through the grapevine she's staying with some distant relative, but honestly, I don't care. I don't wish her well. I don't wish her harm. I just want my life back. Not going to pretend I'm some hero or that I feel good about any of it. It's just what had to happen. She thought she could blow up my life and walk back in like nothing changed, but I made sure she got the closure she actually deserved, not some fake apology. Not some emotional open door, Just the hard ending she earned, so yeah, that's it. If you're reading this and thinking about letting someone walk all over you, don't people show you who they are, pay attention, and if you ever get the chance to serve real closure, don't be afraid to go all the way sometimes. The only way out is through anyway. Thanks for following along, I'm out.